Nick Cannon is opening up about his family's heartbreaking loss. In a new interview with People magazine, the Masked Singer host candidly reflected on the death of his and Alyssa Scott's 5-month-old son, Zen. The little one passed earlier this month of brain cancer. Nick told the outlet, "We had a short time with a true angel. My heart is shattered. I wish I could have done more, spent more time with him, taken more pictures. I wish I could have hugged him longer." Zen was diagnosed with an aggressive type of brain tumor at 2 months old after doctors saw that his head was growing too quickly. Doctors put a shunt in Zen's skull, but his tumors kept growing. Nick said, "We started asking, is there a way to prevent this? If not, how long do we have?" The conversations quickly turned to, how can we give him the best life for the time that he does have? It could be weeks, it could be months, it could be years. After discussing all their options, the parents made the hard choice not to pursue chemotherapy or any other invasive procedures. Nick, who has had chemo for his lupus, explained, "We could have had that existence where he would have had to live in the hospital, hooked up to machines, for the rest of the time. From someone who's had to deal with chemotherapy before, I know that pain. To see that happen to a 2-month-old, I didn't want that. I didn't want him to suffer." The Drumline actor said he and Alyssa focused on celebrating him and the time he had left, and making sure Zen was, quote, as happy as he could possibly be. It was Thanksgiving weekend when their little one's health took a turn for the worse. Nick said, "You could tell he was struggling. He was gasping for air. We'd wake up and he wouldn't be breathing for maybe 5 to 10 seconds at a time. And then he'd let out a huge gasp. You could see it frightened him. It was the scariest thing I've ever experienced." Zen ultimately died on December 5th, with both of his parents by his side. Nick flew to California to be there. He said, "I see it as a blessing that I got to be there." Alyssa says, "I think he was just waiting for you." Nick and Alyssa welcomed Zen back in June. The baby boy was the TV personality's 7th child. He told the magazine of his short but special time with Zen. "He was the most loving baby. I look at being his father as a great privilege." When Nick first broke the sad news of his son's passing last week, he shared the story of one of their last special days together at the beach.
I wanted to make sure that, I had allowed the sun to rise and, kind of hold my son. And in the having the last, holding my son for the last time. But it was a beautiful setting and even to spend that whole day. It was interesting because even as I was holding him, I was still preparing my day as it normally went. To come back and, come here and still, I didn't know what it was gonna be, but even by the time I got in the car and was headed to the airport, I had to turn around. And I turned around and not only did we get to see the sunrise, but we got to see the sunset too.